Good evening. I'm going to call this meeting to order. This is a meeting of the City of Gloucester's Licensing Board. Today is Tuesday, February 10th, 2026, and the time is 6:30 p.m. Yeah. We are meeting here in person at the Gloucester Harbor Master's office located at 19 Harbor Loop in Gloucester, Mass. The public is welcome to attend our meetings in person or alternatively through the Zoom link listed on the agenda. The meeting notice will reflect if this meeting is a Zoom only. As the amendments to the open meeting law allows, the licensing board may continue to hold meetings remotely. Please note that the in-person meeting will not be suspended or terminated if technological problems interrupt the remote connection. We're going to start off with introductions and we'll start here.
Rob McCarry, Building Commissioner.
Natasha Dale Clerk.
Melissa Prince, licensing board.
And John Limmer, board member.
Ted Costa, board member.
Sure. Emily Sloan, Economic Development Coordinator for the city. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have a fairly quick meeting tonight. We are going to start off with lodging licenses. Our first agenda item is 50 Fred Rogers Realty Trust located at 50 Rogers Street in Gloucester.
Hello.
Hi, David Fisher.
Yeah. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Are you able to show your camera?
Yes, I believe so.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Can you just state your name and address for the record?
Yes, it's David Fisher and then 55 Sargent Street in Winthrop, Mass.
Thank you. And your position for 50 Fred Realty Trust?
Property manager.
Thank you. So as we discussed at our last meeting, there was some work to do to get your licensing in order, and it's my understanding that that work has been done.
That is correct.
So, Bakari, I'm wondering if you could give us a quick update as to what's been done to the property?
My staff has gone in. They have fixed some lights. The place is extremely clean. We've got an alarm report from the alarm company that the state requires, and all the fire extinguishers are up to date and tagged properly. All the egresses were cleared of any debris, clear path, everything. So everything was clean and ready to go and safe.
Okay. Is there anything you want to add, Mr. Fisher?
Would the next step be just paying the licensing fee and the application now?
Yeah, if the board approves it, which we will discuss in a few minutes, if
Okay.
not, we can discuss next steps, okay?
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to look to my board. Do either of you have any questions for Mr. Fisher
I do
regarding?
not, as long as building commissioner is happy, I'm okay with that.
All of the things have been addressed. Yes.
So Board of Health,
Yep.
Fire
Board of Health,
department.
Fire Department, my electrical inspector, we are all happy and satisfied with the condition of the building.
is there a motion to approve?
Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the lodging license for 50 Fred Rogers Realty Trust located at 50 Rogers Street, and so moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, the vote carried. Mr. Fisher, I just want to say thank you very much. A lot has been done over the past month. It was very frustrating for a while there, but I'm glad that you came forward, took on this responsibility and got everything in order at that location. It's a very important location for our community. We have a lot of people that depend on that housing. So I appreciate you working with the city of Gloucester and getting everything in order.
Yeah,
So,
thank you all too.
so we did approve the license. So your next step would be to reach out, pay for the license, and then they have to hang it
Yeah,
inside.
the orange certificate that you get from my office and the lodging license needs to be hung by the main entrance. So when the fire department, police department, myself walk in, they are visible along with contact information for either yourself or the immediate person for emergency contact.
Okay.
Posted right, literally when you first walk in that door, right on the wall there.
All right, perfect.
Do you have any questions for us, or can we help you in any way?
I think we're in good shape. I'll reach out through the portal if anything comes up, but I think I got all the info.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Appreciation. Have a good night.
You too.
Next order of business is new common victular approvals. This is a new common victular for Melissa Arsala, DBA Sugar Mags Inc., 52 Main Street. Is she joining us?
She's getting,
Okay.
I just invited her to be a panelist.
So usually we don't have to require someone to be here for a renewal, but for new common victuals, we ask them to attend. Hi,
Hello.
Missy. Can you state your name and address?
Sure, my name is Melissa Sala. My address is 4 Pebble Path, Gloucester, Massachusetts.
You. Not gonna lie, I was a little surprised when I saw you on the agenda. So what's going on?
So I am planning on moving into the old Oliver Harbor space while we construct the new Sugar Mags down on Rogers Street.
Okay.
And so I'm hoping to do that as soon as possible.
Yeah, what is the plan, the business plan for that?
The business plan would be the same as Sugar Mag's breakfast and lunch, most likely 6 days a week and similar hours to what I had before, probably from like 7 a.m. till around 3 p.m. And that's the plan. And then matriculate down to Roger Street when everything is finished.
Okay. What is the day that you're closed?
The day that I'm closed.
You're open 6 days a week. What day?
Yeah, so Monday I would be closed on Mondays.
I only ask because the girls in my office love to order from you, so I just wanted to.
If I'm in there, you guys can always call. I'll make you whatever you want.
We appreciate that. So when is your move-in date? Like, when do you plan on opening?
So I am hoping to be open by either the first or second weekend in March. It's in pretty good shape in there. I mean, the equipment's there. It's basically a turnkey operation, so it's kind of perfect. I don't have to spend too much money to get going, which is nice for a change. So yeah, I have someone coming tomorrow to check out a few things. So the lease I'm probably gonna sign by next week.
Okay. Braga own that building?
Yes.
Let me just look into the future. Are you looking to get your seasonal license in order as well?
So you know what? I was thinking that, but I don't really feel like I need it
Okay.
right now. And then if I got it there, I'd have to go through that whole change of address again, which I think I already did for Rogers Street.
Well, you don't, right now, you currently do not have a license.
Right, I have no license. Okay,
Okay.
so when I did the change of address, now since I haven't had it for a couple years, then it's like null and void, or?
Well, you didn't open and you didn't renew.
Okay.
So, right now you do not have a seasonal license. Not saying that you can't.
No, I know I don't have one. I just didn't know if, I didn't realize that when you do the change of I guess that makes sense. If I did the change of address, I figured it would just be like, okay, when you go to renew, we already know you changed to this address, but now it's a whole new license altogether, correct?
Well, you have to renew every year, and for a seasonal license, you renew in March or
Yeah.
April. And you didn't do that last year?
Well, she did,
No.
but there was no building to put the
License.
license to because she didn't
Okay,
have
so
a
there was no
building.
building.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
So I kind of started the process, but then had already started the process for the 2 previous years and spent the money on the license and didn't use it. So I kind of was a little hesitant to
Right.
go all the way for a
I mean,
third.
I'm only asking you because I know that place is set up for a bar, so it's not like
Yeah,
you.
it's set up for a bar. So I don't know, like, I guess I would, if I wanted it, I'd probably want to have it by June, I guess, for the seasonal beer wine cordials.
And no, I'm not pushing, there's no push here. I haven't had the chance to talk to you in a while, so I just
I
didn't
know, I'm on the fence about the whole thing, so I don't really actually have a like concrete answer, I guess.
So
I'm
know
not-
that you currently do not have a license.
Yes, I am aware of that.
You apply through the ABCC website
Hmm.
and get the paperwork to us in the proper time to get on the agenda for the next meeting or whatever meeting, whenever you fill out the paperwork, there's a timeline to get on our meeting.
Yeah,
Often it takes anywhere up to 4 to 8 weeks for the ABCC to approve it. So just keep that timeline in head. If you
Yep.
think June, this is something you probably have to act on pretty quickly. But if
yeah.
it doesn't have to be June, if it can be July or August,
Mhm.
knowing that the license is only good until January 15th, that's,
Right.
you have to decide what's best for your business. But I would say if you're thinking June and it's something you want to do, you would want to get that
Yeah,
process in place
okay,
to be at our March meeting.
okay.
So just thoughts. And if you have any questions or anything, you can always reach out to Natasha's very helpful.
Yes, she's very helpful.
So anyway,
It's also BYOB, she wanted to do that.
yeah,
Oh,
we
you
have
know what? I was curious about that. I did have a question. I was thinking that maybe on Sundays I would like do like a free mimosa with breakfast, something like that. Is that allowed if you give it away?
free drinks are illegal in Massachusetts.
Okay, well, it's gonna ask
I
that.
think that there can't be a package offer, like if you charge a certain amount, it includes a drink, but you have to make
Okay.
sure that the drink is not free. In other words, whatever the cost for you to purchase that alcohol from a distributor, not a package store, because
Yeah,
obviously that's different, is
yeah.
incorporated into it. There's a way to do package deals. But you have to be very clear with that.
Okay,
Advertising and keeping records and notes on that, because the ABCC can question you on that at any time if they come in
okay.
front, which I would warn you that they're in Gloucester very frequently. I think they like it in Gloucester, but absolutely no free drinks. You
Okay,
do a special of the week.
okay.
Again, you have to keep notes that you're doing it, and you can't just do it for one day. It would have to be for a whole week.
Oh, okay.
So there's rules and regulations to that. I don't know if you have a business attorney or
Yeah,
someone,
yeah.
but I would check if these are any ideas or thoughts that you have, just to make
Okay,
sure you're in compliance with the Mass General laws and the ABCC regulations and all that good stuff.
okay, perfect.
But anyway, back to your common victular. It's very exciting that you have a space.
Yes, I'm very excited. I'm ready.
Trucks were a big hit down on the corner,
It was a very hot little tin can.
but it's time to build.
Time to build, time to get into my element again.
Okay, so you do have seating, so you are required to have a common victular license.
Yep.
All the work's been submitted. Do you have any questions for Missy or
No,
is there a motion to approve?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the new common victular license. Melissa Solid doing business as Sugar Mags Incorporated, located now at 52 Main Street. So
second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the vote carries. Do you have any questions for us?
I don't think so. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, take care.
All right, bye. Have a great night. Stay safe.
Bye-bye, you too. All right, next we have a list of common victual licenses, which we will do in one motion. I know we have Bianca Gigalone, DBA Castaway Vintage Cafe online. Is there anyone else online?
I think the guy from Japan Cinema is here.
Okay.
I think that girl, that name was familiar too.
I think they're the wrong ones. Anyway,
No,
is there anyone that wants to make a motion to approve these renewals of the license?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the common victular renewals for CNR LLC doing business as Scalafani's Italian Bakery and Deli located at 49 Washington Street. Vidilio's Italian Bakery and Grocery LLC doing business as Vidilio's Italian Bakery and Grocery LLC located at 25 Main Street. Bishko DBA Cafe Bishko at 51 Main Street. Bianca Gigalone doing business as Castaways Vintage Cafe LLC, 65 Main Street. Minuteman Cinemas Incorporated doing business as Gloucester Cinema at 74 Essex Avenue. Beth Israel Leahy Health doing business as Addison Gilbert Hospital, 98 Washington Street. Cape Ann Poppies Incorporated doing business as Cape Ann Poppies, 86 Bass Avenue, and I so move.
Second.
Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
opposed, those licenses shall issue. I'm just gonna ask Bianca, do you have any questions for us?
I mean, I think she must be iPhone too.
Yeah. Well, do you have any questions on behalf of your daughter?
We're good.
Okay, thank you very much. Those licenses will be available through the licensing board, so you can pick them up. Or
I can
if they
mail
email
them.
on.
Usually mails them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can mail it.
okay, thank you. Next order of business, we have discussions by the board. I'm gonna take these out of order. I'm gonna go last first. Discussion on meeting dates for seasonal liquor license renewals. These are dates. Something else.
I had to see John grab his, phone right away to look at his calendar.
No,
I still
I
do
will
it.
not be at the normal meeting.
The March
Maybe
10th.
Find out why. 10th.
So I know that we probably don't need to
That's what I was gonna look to you. So
for meeting.
how many, how many seasonal licenses do we have?
I
22?
think 22.
Is it 23?
I think there's 22.
All right, so I think we should add one extra meeting in March.
24th.
I will let you guys know I'm not gonna be here on the 31st.
Don't go that far down the count.
17th, or yeah, I mean, again, I won't be here for the 10th.
So the
Unless
licenses have to be signed in March, right?
in the month of March.
So whatever doesn't
but-
get signed, I mean, whatever comes at the end of the March can go to April 14th.
Yes. So we could do the regular March 10th date, and if there's some that are done, we can approve them,
I'm just thinking most don't,
but that's,
they have to be signed in March, so
Yeah.
that means everybody would have to have them to you by up there. It's not gonna happen.
no. Or we just not do the March 10th meeting and we do the 24th.
I was like.
Wait.
That may make more sense.
Yeah.
Both get all together.
um,
The only, unless Sam could easily step in for me
Yeah.
if you guys wanna do the
Yeah.
31st, I'm not,
yeah,
I'll
I can
have it
host
all ready, but
I think the 24th. Are you available? Yeah.
Something is telling me I have something that night, but Ted, are you available?
Which night?
The 24th, a
March
Tuesday?
24th.
Yes, I can be.
All right, so,
What's the other option? The one on the
31st.
4th?
do we
well,
get
we
all
don't
on?
have to do a Tuesday, we can do a different night, because it's an extra night.
Just know Wednesdays are not good for you, all right?
No. I wish they were. The 24th works, though, Tuesday?
Do you wanna keep the March 10th and then we can do the 24th?
So let's plan on the 24th, and as far as the 10th. Let's keep it on our schedule.
Okay.
Just in case something comes up, like a one-day
Yeah.
license that they
Yeah.
can't wait till the 24th. But if it's not anything that can't be addressed on the 24th, we'll let any
Okay.
applicant know that it will be heard on the 24th.
Okay.
Unless there's an issue of time.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, I know, the stage company actually just reached out, they're gonna be changing their managers.
that can wait 2 weeks.
Yeah. Either way, I did let her know that she'd be the one to have to, sign the liquor portion. She's still gonna be with the company, she's just not going to be.
It's more like one-day licenses.
Yes.
Or if there's any emergency that comes up. So an understanding that we likely won't have the 10th unless something is time sensitive.
Yep.
And we'll do regular business on the 24th and have many seasonal licenses to renew, but as
I think
long
also
as
quick,
they're
we did them all
renewals
and
and if the documents are
we
here,
can do them both.
we can do them both that way. Okay,
And some of those places they don't open right away anyway, they
yeah,
might,
wait till.
we could
April.
maybe wait until the April one. But I'll
Whatever
give them
works.
that option when they bring their stuff in,
Yep.
that way.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because if we approve them on the 24th, when are they able to pick up?
Well, that's why the 31st is not enough time for us to be able to approve them, and then if they're trying to open for the
Right.
April 1st, so. I mean, yes, you have until
So
the
the
31st,
24th does.
that works
Okay.
better, because then they could pick up their licenses, or I could mail them.
But are you gonna be here to do them, or can you get them done?
I'm here this week, I'm not
Yeah,
here,
okay.
but I figured that I was hoping we would do the 24th, because then I could get all my stuff together.
Okay. So we're all set on the 24th?
Yep.
Okay. Next order of business is a vote regarding the addition of the one-day liquor license to Viewpoint.
Yes, beautiful.
A year and a half later.
Yeah. well,
Very
yeah.
exciting.
So I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay. Do you update the website?
I have Shelley do it.
You need to put something up there new.
Yeah, so what I was thinking is maybe writing something up for the ones that always fill out a
Mhm.
one-day liquor license,
Okay.
just saying, hi,
Just so you know.
just so you know, this is gonna be what we're gonna do. I'll send it to you
Yeah.
obviously before I
Yeah.
email it, but at least then those people know, and
Right.
then I'll type something up so that Shelley can put it onto the
Okay.
licensing board
Okay.
website. So that they know as well, like a random person who's just,
That does not- good on
like,
that.
I'll email him and Cass, all the
Yeah.
maritime, those ones that always fill them out.
All right, so I'm just gonna run through one of these really, really, really quickly for you.
Okay.
You guys understand how this is going to work. So you go onto the city's website, go into, this will be set up in licensing where everything else is right now, it's in an area where not for public use. But it will work the same way, buy online. Basically how this would be, if you have to set up an account through Viewpoint, the whole process, it's not that difficult to do.
And that could be the only hiccup, right? If they don't have an account.
But it's very easy. All you need is a valid email address and then create your own password. Boom. That's all you need. That is it. So this happens to be me.
Do they have to sign in 4 times to get access to it?
No, they do not. That's a
Hopefully that's
city.
a little easier to use.
So this is where basically it starts. The first part is literally me and who I am, and great. So this would be, I'm now going to pick the address, and I am just going to pick. So when we do these for this test situation, we have to use. Come on.
So they have to have an address in there already, or this just gets all addresses?
If the address exists in the city with a map and lot, it
Yeah.
will be in the system.
Okay.
If you're using a mailing address that does not have a map and lot, you will have to go figure out which it is. Main Street's got a couple of weird ones. The Boulevard is a strange address, but we can
Figure it out.
figure out. I can explain that. Very
Plus
rarely
across
does.
is the same.
Very rarely does anyone get a one-day liquor license for the Boulevard. Stage 4 Park, different story. 24 UF. Easy.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
But wait, so State
Regardless.
Ford Avenue is what address?
Stage 4 is 24 UF.
Oh, Hugh Ave. Okay.
UF. Where the Boulevard is 0 Western Ave because it needed an address for our map and lot
Can
system.
someone search Stage 4,
Mhm.
just Stage 4, and it will come up?
It should come up.
Okay. 'Cause that's where most.
A lot of them are.
Yeah.
And then like the other places, obviously, Hammond Castle
Yeah.
they use their address. You know, next door they'll use theirs.
Gloucester Maritime.
Yeah. So
Okay.
when we do these tests, so you realize, and I can say what it looks like on this. We use city addresses because if I put something in on, say, your address, and you go to sell your house and it's not closed out,
Yeah.
real estate lawyers start to grumble and get a little pissy because things are open and not supposed to be. So
Okay.
you'll understand so this is basically what it looks like. It's what it is. believe it or not, that's who Emily owns this property. Out the city of Gloucester. So it's just a matter of filling out the information. The easiest thing is anything that has an asterisk next to it. So see the asterisk was, those have to be answered. If you do not answer these questions, you will not be able to go any further. The system will not let you.
Okay.
All right. So you gotta select who's managing the event, an organization or an individual. So
Okay.
I'll pick an organization. Then they want information to do with the organization. I'm just literally gonna just put in my name. You can put in, it doesn't really matter what you do. Now, this is the key question right here.
Yep.
Is a nonprofit organization, because if you are not a nonprofit, you're limited to what type of one-day liquor license you can have.
Right, bear in mind.
Right, so I'm gonna say I'm a nonprofit. Literally just retype in anything sometimes on these things, so. Like I said, the computer doesn't know the difference.
So when you say you're a nonprofit, it's not asking you for the number?
It will, it
Okay.
does, and the bottom,
Okay.
where it says tax exempt number for
Oh, I
nonprofit,
have,
it does.
I have closed caption on, so I don't see
Oh.
that. That's okay. I can see that there. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so
Yeah.
that stuff, so depending on how you answer these questions,
Yeah.
certain things pop up, certain things you don't.
And they're all asterisk because they're.
And they're all extra
Yeah.
because almost everything in these things is required is.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna do this just to speed the process up, because like this information doesn't really mean much. It does, but
But let me
doesn't.
ask you something. If
Yeah.
they put a zip code in that's not really a zip code, does it let them go further? Like,
Yes, it
does the
will.
system, it does?
The system doesn't know what a zip code is, that's not how that works, it's weird.
So we could be getting information that's not correct.
You could, but this is also on the roll of, it'd be no different if you were filling that piece of paper out.
Yeah,
If we don't look at it closely, so it's just, you gotta review it, it's like anything else, it's. The information, you gotta make sure the information they put in is correct.
well, I'm just surprised because you have to pick a address in the beginning. I would
Where-
think
where the
that that
property-
would carry over.
But, so I could be a nonprofit, but not be a nonprofit in the city of Gloucester and want to
I
use
see.
stage
Oh,
for
this
it.
is the address
So
of the
this-
nonprofit.
A
Yeah,
nonprofit,
Okay,
Not the address
Not
of
the
the
address
actual.
of-
okay.
because the only thing the system will take for an address is a city an address here in the city.
For that.
You can't
what
pick,
the-
like, I'm gonna get a beer and wine, one day liquor license from you, I'm gonna take it to Rockwood, it doesn't work that way. Well,
So this is only information about the organization.
organization, yep. And then this is going to be who's basically the responsible party.
Mhm.
And the good part about this is what's printed on that license. So that information will be on front and center on that license when it's displayed. We'll know exactly who's in charge, their phone number, the hours of operation, all that stuff is on that license. So again, I'm just gonna,
Yeah.
go into, we play the game. Like I said, if you don't fill it out, it won't, like if I don't fill out the state, watch what's gonna happen. I'll fill out this. I'm gonna click the button and it's gonna go, nope, you need to fill that field out. If you don't, then it doesn't want you to go any further. The same thing is going to happen. I won't be able to complete this. And I'll explain when we get that. So. This is about the event, so it's, the establishment that doesn't have a liquor, or an outdoor space, like outdoors. Whatever. One nice feature of that, so you gotta pick a date, I'm just gonna pick a. And the rain date is also on there, which,
What if they don't have a rain date?
pick one,
But what if they don't want to?
pick the same date. So like, watch, I could
Okay.
literally, so if I wanted to change that,
Yeah.
system's gonna, you just gotta fill it in. So
No, I'm
pick-
just thinking it might
Yeah.
be confusing to someone that's saying, like, I don't have a rain date, so what am I doing?
Give us a little note there.
Yeah.
I
No
can,
end date,
I can
just state
definitely-
it.
Yeah,
And that's kind of one of why the question mark is there, is whether or not, so what I can do is, we
Or
can
just
take
take the
we can
asterisk
take the
out.
asterisk off
take
of
the
it.
asterisk
So
out.
if they don't want a rain day, they don't fill it out, if they want a rain day, they can fill it in,
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
Cause you usually ask if you
Yeah,
guys
we'll
want
ask.
to bring a
Right.
date
So-
anyway, so I can update it after the fact.
Right, because we can go in and edit that before, so they're gonna apply, and before this is ever printed, it's gotta. And I'll show you the steps, because I have one in the system already, to be able to show you the steps. So,
So, yeah, we can take that as to.
yeah, that's not a problem, that's a quick little fix for that, that'll take 30 seconds. So this is in case you have to go, if you had to go to special events to get a special event permit. If you answer yes, they want to know what your special event number is. I'm on the special events committee. We see them all the time when these people want to have an event, say down at stage 4, and they'll usually the first thing for me is usually because most of them know to do this first before they go to a special event. Like Magtoberfest, they have to go in front of the special events committee.
Brewfest.
That stuff. So they kind of know. So that's what this is for. And then type an event, public, private, ticketed event. There was no. You don't need a 1-day liquor license for a private event. Like if I'm having a party at my house, I don't have to have 1-day liquor license. I'm not selling alcohol. So it's only if you're how we looked at the rules. This is the only two really these are the only two reasons you would need a 1-day liquor license. If it was open to the public, or if it was a private event, but it was a ticketed private event. Okay. So public. And then this is because you're only allowed to have 30 in a calendar year.
Yep.
So we figured it might be easy to track who's taking them and what properties. Now, how does that work? So is it the person that's only allowed to take them, or is it the property that's only allowed to have the person? It's not the property.
The applicant.
Okay. Good to know. And then how many people? I like to get crazy. Sorry. This is about the event, public outdoor space.
Oh,
No,
you
you missed
Oh.
you missed a.
when you did, yeah.
Oh, I didn't do some. Oh, I didn't hit an event number. Sorry. Say didn't like me. Wait a minute, I thought I did that. So this is where it's good. So license type. So now I get to pick what I want. So this lovely feature right here, that is a link to the state's website that lists all of the the list of all the places you can get liquor from in the entire state of Massachusetts that allows you to sell liquor to these type of things.
Okay.
So I mean I can click on it, but trust me, it's a very lengthy list, and it's alphabetical.
But the with that drop down menu, it gave all of those options because he picked that he was a nonprofit.
Yeah,
So
nonprofit.
if he picks that he wasn't a nonprofit,
Profit,
it's not gonna come up.
it won't come up all alcohol. It would literally, I think, the only
so
Just
option.
those,
I
yeah.
think it's either
It's
it's wine and malt or wine only or malt only. It doesn't give you the all out.
Okay.
So
Just to give you guys.
just so you know.
I figured,
Yeah.
So and then
pick it up.
you pick the whole set.
Yeah.
So this is good. So it gives you the list. Obviously, if I'm here, I'm gonna try to go to the closest one to Gloucester. I'm not driving to west of the state degree alcohol. Sorry. So you just literally they want to know who you're getting it from, where you're buying it from, the address, what day you're gonna buy it. I'll buy it on the 27th.
Just put your address in there.
Huh?
Just put your address in.
You missed a spot. Go up.
Oh, the address. Yeah. Thank you. And then it wants to know where I'm gonna keep the alcohol. No, they just wanted we just want a description of where you're gonna store the alcohol and the
Wait, it
process.
says where will alcohol be served?
Yeah.
Above it.
Storage. Oh, yeah,
No, the one
sir.
above it.
So indoors, outdoors, or both, so depending on how you're gonna have your thing.
Yeah.
So this is where it's different. So if
Okay.
I do indoors, nope, it still wants to know what security area of the event, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, you have to have a secured area whether you're indoors or outdoors.
Right, so. And it's just literally, they want a description. I'm gonna have it in a locked closet, a locked cabinet, It's pretty much, I think, what we're gonna get.
Okay.
And then the security area, so if it's outdoors, like the Brew Fest, a simple description, the entire area that we're renting is gonna be fenced in, there's, an entrance and an exit, and they're both covered with, security, that's all. Now, this is the only thing I wasn't sure of. I have 300 people, is there a limit on how, is there a requirement on how many bartenders I have to have based on how many people?
Whatever deemed appropriate by the licensing board.
So if you don't like this number, this would be your time to chime in. Well, I pick 300, I think it's full. I don't know, I usually like, all right, sounds good. And then the other thing is if you are having a police detail, yes or no? So,
Okay. Is there a way to add something?
Yeah.
So when we do outdoor
Mhm.
events, we have to have a barrier.
Mhm.
I would like something to say, if this event is outdoors, describe your barrier.
So that's what that description, so it says describe the secured area where the event is.
Oh,
If it's
okay.
outdoors,
Okay,
there's also one of the attachments
yeah,
requires like a floor plan to be
Okay.
able to show
all right, that's
how they're
fine,
gonna secure.
that's fine.
Yeah, we wanna see something, on how you're doing it.
And then, tip certification, there should be something on there.
That is also a required, like, whoever you're using for bartenders, their tip certifications is a required
So we'll get there.
attachment.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting it.
Okay,
So these are basically acknowledging all the different rules,
okay,
the city's rules, the state rules, all this to do with you understand your responsibility. You have to click and sign. The minute you do this, and I've talked to legal about this because we have it on our permit as well. The minute I do this and hit send, you lie, you're perjuring yourself.
Right.
So. And again, this is another one of these steps where you don't do it, you're not getting past it.
Okay,
You okay with the wordage on that?
I'm reading it. I
Okay.
understand the license to be issued required documents consent. Okay, so that you have to upload, and we'll get to that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The liquor
That's actually the next step.
liability, the tips, the floor plan.
And then after it's all over, you then have to upload your receipts back to, so we know exactly what you spent so we can admit to the person. So then we go next, and this is where I'll go to a different one. So here's a floor plan, and on the floor plan, it literally, we want to know where the location of the bars are, the seats, location of any fencing or, durable boundary areas. So like all has to be on a piece of paper. Tip certification for every bartender and server. The liquor liability. And because I picked a nonprofit, now I want proof of your nonprofit.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And then the other one is not, the receipts is not required because obviously you're applying for this, you may not get it. So afterwards we require.
What about the landlord approval?
Yeah,
I can add that, so that's not a problem. And then for like, if you're using stage 4, it's just a matter of getting a copy of their permit uploaded onto the thing.
yeah, so landlord, well, property owner approval
Property owner approval.
and the, special events notification, whatever they put
Right.
out them
Mhm.
there. And is there anything else for one day
No,
licenses? I'm
I
trying
don't
to
think
think.
so, because we only look for those two. So I think that's it.
Okay,
So then I hit next and it won't let me go because I gotta do all this stuff. So I'm just gonna probably save that as a draft and then go. Come on, get away from that. I don't want that.
A lot of parties.
Yeah. You don't feel like you're the only one that has to sign in like 9 times. Cause watch, I guarantee it won't take it the first time for me either.
I usually do it once.
yeah.
Oh, aren't you
Good for
lucky?
you, because it doesn't work that way for us. For some reason,
No, sorry, twice usually.
yeah, it's usually always twice. It
Yeah.
usually is the max.
There's another one I don't like that.
So then I gotta go here. Yeah. Use.
No, it's in license, it's,
No, it's in. I have a
Oh,
few
yeah.
spots. I can go to a couple different spots. So this one I completed, and this is what it looks like. But I'm going to just show you what it looks like for us to have to then process it. So it'll go to Natasha first, and then once Natasha kind of reviews everything that's filled out, she will then approve it. From there, then they'll have to pay. Because then we've looked at it, at least someone's looked at it to make sure, at least the information they put in is accurate. So once they pay, then it goes, so these steps are literally these 5 steps are the same people that would sign this. So it's myself, electrical inspector, someone from the health department,
Wait, since
which
when does the electrical inspector sign off on that?
I've been on it since I've been here,
It's only
on the written one.
been Bill, it's been police, fire, and you. It's always been 3.
This is literally right off the paper. Good
Well, I
news
mean,
is,
if they don't pay for it and it's part of it and you can do it online, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But if they're chasing around somebody else. I
no,
think
well, the
that's-
beauty
in our
part of this
office,
is,
yeah, yeah.
we're all in the same office,
Yeah.
except for the last 2. And this is hopefully will speed this process up.
Yeah.
Because trying to get a hold of the fire chief, police chief is not always the easiest thing to do.
Wait till you have to try to get in touch with the police chief.
So,
It's gonna be even harder.
well, police chief. It's leaving the end of the month. So what I'll ask them is, and it's completely up to you guys. If they have a representative
Yeah.
of their department, click this button. I don't care as long as they stay on top of it. Because I don't need them sitting and not getting taken care of, because that defeats the purpose for the public to be able to try to do this quickly. But I will meet with them individually and
That's a
they can
manager's
decide.
meeting.
Yeah, they can decide who they want to pick. From there, then it will go to Natasha, where then she can schedule it for a meeting, the next available meeting, as long as they have everything. And then it will sit there. Once you guys have approved it, Natasha will then approve that. Verify that we make sure everything is there for the attachments that you guys require. In case there's something extra you want, we can have them uploaded at that point, make sure it's there.
Okay.
So if not every place is gonna need a landlord, so, or they may try to do this first and not have, say, the permit through SEAC yet. I don't, some people do things differently, because,
I
time
think though, are
restraints.
you gonna add the property owner's approval? I think that needs to be added.
Yeah, I definitely will.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll make that, so it's, and it can be just a simple letter, say, yes, I give this person permission to
Yep.
post a
yeah.
thing. Well, it's a
It
simple
can be
letter.
anything, anything that's acceptable to us, but let them upload anything and we'll
Yeah.
determine.
Yeah.
Right,
if
what it
it's-
is, right, and if it's not, at that point, right there. Where you can be like, no, that wasn't suffice, give us
Yeah,
this,
right.
she'll verify it's uploaded before we issue or anything. So once she's done there, then the license
Issues.
is issued. She'll set the expiration dates and all that stuff, it's an easy process, she just punches in a date. On this one, it's set for, it's valid literally for only the 28th of February.
Does this system maintain the information? Like, say the system was working a year ago, could I go back a year ago
Yep.
and see all the
Attached,
information?
so the beautiful part is these licenses are going to be attached to whatever property you have, that, they'll be,
The event.
you'll be able to look, if you were doing it, say, at Stage 4, it's gonna be on Stage 4. And you'll also be able to, as long as you don't delete it, we'll always be able to look in your account and see what you did.
So let me ask you this, is there a way to add, you know how they have to send in their receipts within 10 days?
But
5 days? Is there a way to add an ability for Natasha to upload that receipt when it comes in so that
That's
it's
the last step.
maintained in the system?
It's the
Yeah.
last step, very last step, it's not on, it's verify the
Oh,
receipts
so they have
provided,
to upload it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And
it's
then
not like they're
she'll-
giving it to you, okay,
No.
yeah, all right.
make them do all the work.
I don't know what else.
So technically,
Yeah.
it
Can
would
she?
stay
Yes.
open until after that they give me back the receipt, and then I can finally close it out, so.
Right.
Then we'll know like which people
Haven't
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 been
done
it.
doing exactly
And
what
it's
they're
something we can
doing.
discuss at the next meeting. Well,
Right.
this had a 1-day liquor license.
We need
Did the
to-
receipts come back? No?
Yeah.
All right, well, then we need to send them a phone call or an email because they need to, that's part of the obligation.
Okay,
Because then when they go, if they don't do it, and then all of a sudden a month later, they go together and go, no, hold on, you did fulfill your obligation for the first one, why should we give you a second one? So,
okay.
so,
But I just didn't know too, if there's a way, like, say they had it with them and they, some people get frustrated by computer
Mhm.
systems and I wanna
Right.
be able to,
and that's.
I don't wanna prevent
No,
someone
and that's the
from
other
wanting
thing
to
too
use the
is,
system.
as long as you have a valid email address, you can come to our office. We have a computer that's open to the public.
And you have,
Natasha will sit, I will sit
I go
down.
and sit, I did a lot of sitting with some of those
Oh, sure.
restaurant
Right?
owners.
So,
And I just like, I just went into the conference room and I just helped walk them
Yeah.
through it.
okay,
So I'm always willing to help as long as I'm there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
and if she's not,
The girls also.
yeah, everyone, you know,
so if
As well.
someone struggles with computers,
They
they can
definitely
have an
literally come
email
in.
address, come to the office
Yep,
and get assistance,
Mhm.
okay.
not a problem. We can always get it to work. So, and that's the logistics of it. And like I said, the only other thing we gotta discuss is what color paper do you want them?
Well, white shows up good because it looks official to me, but what do you guys think? Do you think it needs a color?
You want a color for all your stuff, or you want it just stay on
I
white?
think the color being on it is good because it looks official,
Okay.
but that's my opinion. I don't know how you think. I mean, you have colors for all your other stuff, so I
I
don't
do.
wanna confuse it. I think that looks
If you're okay
fine
with that,
and
that
white
works.
sticks out good if it's a nighttime thing, it's easy to see
Yeah,
and read.
so in that note, and we'll get
And
to
you don't
it.
have to.
Another
keep a color
meeting.
paper.
It doesn't matter to me, it's all the same. We're working next on the lodging license to do the same thing.
Okay,
So it will coincide with their pins where we'll have to verify to make sure they have their pins. Before, this way we know that they did everything before we issue their lodging licenses. So working on that one as we speak. I gotta just,
do common vic licenses print out like that too?
Yeah, the common fix look like those.
Okay.
I printed it this way because I just thought it looked better this way. Then this way it gets, it
I
looks
print
weird.
them, I print them like this.
Yeah, they see, this stuff seems to print this better this way, even my annual safety inspections, the orange ones, we print that way because it prints better. No,
Yeah, so
All
as
right.
long as you add the,
yeah, that's,
property
we'll get rid,
owner's
we'll
permission?
add the property owner, and I'll get rid of the asterisk on the rain day.
Yeah.
So that way they don't have to fill it out, but it's an option if they wanna have a rain day.
Right.
And we can always ask, and if they decide, oh, I didn't know that was an option I could have, we can fill it in afterwards, because if you fill it out, it will appear on the license,
right,
so.
okay.
So somebody that does an event like that, Magtoberfest, that's the entire stretch of Lexington. They
What
always used
address?
to, yeah, or like when we did the fundraiser for Magnolia Pier, they let us block the whole square up.
Right.
What are we putting for it?
I think they use Magtoberfest uses the Magnolia Library.
Yeah, they use the library address, because that's who sponsors it, so they use the library address.
Okay.
You know, it'd be no different if you wanted to say, Mass Maritime wanted to do a big thing for celebrating whatever, 250th this year, and they wanna block off Honolulu. They'll use their address, and they'll block off Honolulu, and,
They can figure out.
you know,
All right,
Yeah.
great work.
okay, so we'll
That's
get
great.
that. I'll get those tweaked, I'll share it with you, just so you can see it real quick, and then we're ready to go. Once those are tweaked, this thing's ready to go live. We can just, literally, it's just a matter of IT clicking a button for us, and no more paper on.
And we've only had one day so far this year, so we could start off the whole year
Right,
Yeah.
with having them in the system,
with having them in.
So
which would be
I-
also easy for you guys to be able to look at, because you'll have
Okay.
access to that area.
I really appreciate the fact that you're gonna reach out to the regulars.
I think that's a good idea.
It's a great idea, and getting something on the website that says,
Mhm.
put a little red banner.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
New one-day license application is online now. We don't have to leave it up there forever,
Yeah.
but leave it up for 6 months or so.
Yeah, I'll talk to Shelley in the
Or
morning.
even
Yeah.
maybe a full year, because that way everybody will have gone through 1
year.
year of whenever they request it.
Yeah.
And we'll also put something like on the licensing, so it'll be, when you go onto the city's website, up on that little alert where you can put the blurbs, it'll be there.
Okay,
And then when you go into the licensing, it'll be in all sorts of, I'll even put it on the building side, so people
Yeah.
will know like, we can put it in all sorts of spots to say, the city's got, online is the 1-day liquor license, but I've got a lot of things that are moving in that direction.
and when do you see the lodging license coming for?
I'm hoping to have it ready to go with you guys' approval next meeting.
That would
Along,
be ideal.
along with BYOB, we're also putting that online. It's a simple one. That
Yeah,
was
that one's really
pretty simple. Yeah, it's an easy one. So I just, the less people we have to deal with.
No,
and-
this should be, everything should be
Yeah,
online,
yeah.
but with an ability to get assistance, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why so I have a computer, like I said, we have one in our department that's open to the public. Health department has one that's open to the public. And like I said, we have no problem literally just taking our laptop, going into the small conference room we have, and you can literally set it up so it looks like it's on that screen and walk them through it. We do it for
When-
building permits too.
When you start an application but don't finish it. does
You
it
can
say-
save it as a draft.
And
You can,
it's date stamped, right? Like there's a date associated to that application
Mhm.
start.
Yeah, you'll see
Yeah.
all the activity
Okay.
from the moment they
they
pretty much
started and
start it
yeah.
until it's completed.
complete.
It's all recorded.
Yep.
and-
So time, and it's literally not only the date, but it's date and times,
Okay,
right down to the, second. Or when you're doing things on it.
It's a really great
It's
way
nice
to
because
keep track.
God forbid, we run into it on the building permit side, when I have codes that change, people are like, no, because when they submitted that permit,
you can
that
see.
date is.
Yeah.
If it was, say something changed in July, changes July 1st, and they put that permit in on June 30th at 11:59, they don't have to go by the new rule, they can go still with the old rules, I can't force them to change.
Okay,
So that's kind of why the timestamp is so sensitive on those things, so,
okay,
excellent.
excellent work. Thank you very much.
One more thing online.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
As a user, right, because I'd be the type of guy that would use that. Is there, if I go onto the licensing board website,
It'll be,
is there a link on there that'll
There
show
will be.
me everything that I need?
yeah, and if there is,
All the requirements of a one-day license?
if it's not, we'll make sure it's on that.
That would be a big help
Well,
for a
absolutely.
user, yeah.
I
like
know
the
it should
public-
be
Yeah.
we can
where,
definitely-
when on the permitting page, we should
Mhm.
say like how the entertainment licenses are.
Right,
But
'Cause I look at
you
those-
don't want to go through that whole thing and then say, oh, I didn't know I needed this.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can save it.
You could just
You
make a
can also
checklist.
save it, but
Yeah.
we can also have a
Yeah, if you
checklist.
log in, check the checklist, then you're done, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, next order of business is the vote on section 12, the Mass General Laws 138 fees. It's a little bit more than fees. So just a reminder, on June 30th, 2025, Governor Warren Healy signed an act making appropriations for the fiscal year 2026, which allowed municipalities to, the ability to accept a new law pursuant to Mass General Law 138, Section 12, where wine and malt beverage license holders can trade in their license, on-premise license, for an all alcohol beverage license pursuant to Mass General Law 138, 12D. We brought this up. This matter went before the city council, and on December 2nd is the official date of the vote. Signed on December 4th by Mayor Greg Berger and the city clerk Brady Sequoia. That the city council unanimously agreed to accept this law, which now allows us to have annual beer and wine on-premise license holders apply for a change of license category to this board, where they can change it to an all alcohol license on premise. With the caveat that as soon as the license of that particular requester ceases to be in use, it reverts back to a beer and wine license. We're all clear on it, right?
Yep.
So I'm just gonna read a little bit here from KP Law that talks about the conversion process. In order to convert a license under Mass General Law 138, Section 12D, a licensee holding an on-premise license for the sale of wine and malt beverages may only apply using the ABCC form found on their portal. The local license authority, us, may establish a reasonable fee for processing the conversion application and may adopt such additional requirements as the licensing authority deems appropriate. Note that the conversion application must meet all the notice, publication, certified mailing, and public hearing requirements set forth in Mass General Law 138, Section 15A, for any other license application. Once a license conversion has been approved, the local license authority must submit to the ABCC for approval, along with a fee for $200. So we're here tonight to discuss what type of fee that we want, if we do want to impose a fee, to attach for the conversion process. Not necessarily the annual fee. But I say we do both. Because we have to figure out what we're gonna charge them for an annual fee as well.
Maybe it's easier for us to roll backwards then, because I think we were somewhat all in agreement that the annual fee should be what the annual fee is for an all alcohol.
so
license
that's the
currently.
annual fee, right? But they're talking about a conversion fee too.
They're already paying the.
It says we
ABCC
may
for
establish a reasonable fee for the processing of the conversion. I mean, we don't even have to have a fee. In other words, we don't charge when we charge 1 day license, we get $100.
Mhm.
When we do conversion fees for other licenses, we don't charge a conversion fee. So no, right now, we don't currently charge conversion fees.
They have to pay the ABCC.
They pay
but
the
don't
ABCC
pay
fee, but
the fee.
we don't charge it.
Wouldn't we be tremendously business sensitive if we didn't charge a fee then?
Well, my opinion, because we're talking and deliberating on this matter, is we don't charge a fee for any of the actions that we take, with the exception.
Change manager, they pay the $200 ABCC. but
They're
not
paying the
the
ABCC. The city of Gloucester has never charged a business fee.
So if you work for the city of Gloucester, all of your pay is public record. How much, and I'm not asking you to say what your pay is, but how much time does it take you? Is it an hour? Is it 2 hours
Hmm,
to do
to
a
do,
conversion?
I would tell you it's going to depend on if you, the applicant is trying to do the conversion, actually bring in everything you need.
Yeah,
And that's where the
So it's
the
determined
game
by,
is
Is
whether
there
it's
is there a reasonable average? Take the worst
I think
non-compliant person and the best all.
between getting the advertised, the abutters, mailings.
we don't have to do that. We don't have to do public hearing for fees, right?
For
Yeah,
Oh, we do.
yeah,
I would say like 1 to 2 hours.
Yeah. probably 2 hours.
So if you've got 2 hours of your time into it and the city has to take out an ad, which costs money, is it unreasonable?
Well, they pay.
They pay for the,
their ad.
they
They
pay for
pay
the,
for their own ad.
So it's, this is where I'm at with it. And I'm not saying we shouldn't have a fee, but I feel like that's a different conversation to have in regard to all of our applications versus one type of application. If we're not charging for a new application, a new license comes forward to us, a license request, it's the same process.
Well, if that's
She's
the case, the
working
fee should be
full-time.
0 until we discuss them all and then make an adjustment.
Exactly,
Right.
Are
that's,
there other budding communities that charge a
yes.
fee?
yeah.
So we should.
But I mean, I did a little bit of research. I didn't spend hours on it. But I saw that other communities are, but I'm gonna guess at saying that they probably charge fees in the business that they do.
Right.
And like I said, I think that's a bigger conversation for us to have at some point. I think we need to look at our license and fees. I don't know, the last time they were updated. I've been on the board, 6 years, and we haven't updated them. We've added to them, but haven't updated them. I don't know if we need to update them, but to me, that's
And we still only have 4 of these that it would affect, right?
Two not being used.
and then 4 that are being,
So 6.
so 6 total.
so we have 6 licenses. But like we've done a conversion at the package store on the Causeway. From a beer and wine to all alcohol, we didn't charge a conversion fee there.
I think we have to stick with it.
Yeah. I would have to agree. And then we address as globally, all the licenses,
We'll
but
probably
trying
need
to
to-
administrate.
We probably need to do something with our rules to incorporate that, right?
Well, yeah, but I think, yeah, we'll get to that. So as far as the conversion fee, I don't know that I would support changing that tonight. I think that's part of a bigger conversation, like we just said. Do we agree on that?
You want a motion to keep it 0? Or if we're
I
not
don't think
gonna
we're not changing anything.
change
so we
anything, we don't need
we
it.
don't need a motion. But with that being said, if the conversion does happen, currently they're paying $14.25 a year for a wine and malt license. But the all alcohol are paying $23.25. So it's $900 more. Where I see us increasing fees would be if they convert to an all alcohol, then we charge them
No, alcohol.
the all alcohol fee.
Right.
I think that's
Yeah, or the difference.
right, $900 more.
That's only fair to all the other people that have.
Exactly,
Yep, no, and I.
Right, why should you get the perks of having it, but not have to pay the price?
right. Um,
I would agree. They make up the difference when they first convert it, and then moving forward, they pay the annual. Alcohol.
with the ability though, if they say they do it in June,
So what,
you're halfway through the year,
what if, I think you're gonna answer. the
I would
question.
say add 900, it would be a 900, whatever the difference is, they have to pay the difference.
Mhm.
But not prorated by the month,
We don't prorate.
because
it
we
for
don't
new
prorate,
license, right?
we haven't prorated in the past, we charge them the full fee.
Yep.
For the year,
Yeah,
so
they-
even if
they
it's
convert.
June or July and they only have 4
Convert
months
in
left,
November,
they
can-
still pay the full
If they
difference.
wanna get their
between-
money's worth, they should be on the next
It's-
agenda and do
It's
it.
part of the business plan,
As
exactly.
soon as you vote it in and accept it.
Get in line.
So I'm
I would
Be
agree.
smart.
So the difference is exactly $900. Right now, unless this all changes and we can figure that out. But do we want to, make a motion that any conversion pursuant to Mass General Law 13812
You're
D
making it now.
will, if approved, will be an additional $900 fee to the city of Gloucester to make it equivalent to the cost of the annual retail restaurant all alcohol license. And I so move.
Second.
Did you get that? Oh, you got it, because
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, any discussion on that?
No.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, that vote carries. Now, the regulations also allow us to adopt additional requirements. And right now, as it stands, my understanding of the law is if they want to do the conversion, it's according to the same standards that are set forward in the Ballerin test. I forget, it's not Commonwealth versus Ballerin, it's something else. The Ballerin test that talks about, you can look at their size, their location, and those types of standards, which they would have met just by getting the license to begin with.
Right.
So the question is, do we want to add anything to that? And I'd like to have a discussion about that.
And what would you add?
So my thoughts are, and I've gotten some feedback from the community, particularly the business owners, who I appreciate and respect and understand their position on this regulation even being passed by the city of Gloucester. There's a sense of disappointment knowing that many of our establishments paid a lot of money for their license. And now, especially knowing we have two beer and wine licenses available that are able to be converted, there's a concern that having this is more of a gift to them, while it still creates competition and all that stuff. So I'm gonna suggest we have a conversation. Don't know where it's gonna go, but if a conversion request comes forward to us, I would like it to be for a business that is already established. In other words, not knowing that we have a license. I mean, while we have two licenses available, if someone comes to us and says, I want one of those licenses and I know I'm gonna convert it in the day that I open, I don't know that I feel comfortable enough to allow the time to establish the business, find a location, and wait for that business to open, because we've been in the position in the past here on this board to have licenses issued and not be used for a year or two later, if not longer. So I would like to add the requirement that their business is already established. In other words, they've been open for 6 months, serving beer and wine, and now based on your sales too, I'd like to look at, do you qualify for a conversion? Have you established yourself in our community to show that you are committed to staying here and
is 6 months long enough? I mean, should it be a year?
Oh, well, that's another,
You know?
I'm just throwing this out there,
Yeah.
right? These are my thoughts. I'm not saying that, I'm not open to being persuaded to something different. I mean, these are the things that came to my thoughts while discussing this with several, current business owners that own year-round licenses right now.
Yep.
It's valid.
So in that Valorant statute, which was, I think, Valorant in the city of Boston. where
It
that
was, I
came
have it
from.
pulled up.
I usually have it with me and I forgot it tonight.
The biggest factor that stuck out to me in the comments that I received from existing businesses in the community was to take a look at the saturation factor, which we've done on
Yeah.
other applications going forward. And I think that's
Yeah.
kind of the same side of your argument. People just, there's areas in the community that don't have those licenses, but they're not necessarily established at this point.
Right.
So,
All our licenses seem to be in one area.
Yeah.
And we've said
Right.
no
we said
to,
no on Railroad Avenue because
Yeah.
they were swamp.
yeah,
But on the retrospective, if you have an establishment that has quality food and a quality, customer base, then going there because all they can get is beer and wine. The argument that we're harming some business by letting them serve additional alcohol doesn't. Is that a valid argument?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the cab drivers arguing about the cab medallions when Uber came into play.
right.
That
Yeah.
went nowhere.
No, I just think we should have an established, business so that, there's not an assumption that Gloucester has 2 licenses available. I'm gonna go grab a beer and wine license and convert it.
That
Well,
was,
it's not automatic.
no, and it
So I wanna have
creates
those.
a free for all and we end up with a, situation like at Gloucester Crossing where it sat forever on limbo.
And the
And others,
barn
yeah.
and others and tavern and,
So many.
so I just think having it an established practice, established establishment, should be one of our considerations.
I agree. It should be.
Do
It should
we
be
want to
considered.
put a time period on it, or do we want to determine what is established? I'm not one to have a lot of, to have a lot of discretion there, because then it's not as consistent.
What's reasonable for the existing businesses that have their, do you think they would they be happy with 6 months? Or would they be happy with a year?
I mean, do we want to necessarily hold our hands to it? So your point that
I'm
we
trying
don't,
to find that,
to
yeah,
your point that we don't have a free for all, is it safe for us to say that preference would be given to a business that is established or in existence currently and has been so for a year? And leave the door open for an exception should some business that would be dynamic to the community comes down to see our new employee and says, I'd love to come to Gloucester and set up a place, but I need to be able to pour a drink in order to make my business plan work. I don't want to necessarily shut a door, but we need to close the door down a little bit. And I don't know how to do that balance, but I guess that's why we're having the.
well, so you can say established with proof of sales, so that we can look at their liquor sales to know that they're actually serving. Because we have establishments right now that don't serve a lot of alcohol that have licenses.
We could put a clause that can be reevaluated 6 months after.
I mean, I don't know that I'm comfortable with a year. I think a year's a long time.
I don't think
Just
so.
throwing that out. I know, and that's okay, because we're not probably gonna decide this right now. I just think it's a long time to wait to be established. I think a business can be up and running for 6 months and show that as long as they're not closing at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and just doing it to get through that time period, like really establish themselves in the community. But I know that also depends on what time of year it is. If it's January, February, and March, that's a struggle to stay open. But knowing that, the rest of the year, with this holiday seasons and the summer season, they're active. So, what are we thinking? We know we want to establish to some point. Do we want to talk about this at the next meeting and try to come up with some language? Like,
Is there any other communities that have something established? that we
I
can
looked and
read?
I couldn't find anything, but I can
It's so
look
new,
again.
so-
You know, I know, I don't know that anybody's doing that, you know, we have the, prerogative to add a little bit,
I
doesn't
do
mean
think
it
we
would
need
be
to have some
challenged.
type of criteria.
Right, which is
So-
what I was trying to get to do tonight, but at least we're talking about it. So we do have 2 licenses available, no one's requested them at this point. And then do we have any extra criteria for the ones that are already existing that want to convert? Because there's potential for 2, I know 2 of them are owned by one owner who said not interested at this time. But what about the other 2?
I think because they've been established for years, they're already established, right? So
So it's like an automatic?
I think. It should be
Except they can serve one more type of alcohol in the establishment that's already been doing it,
for years.
barring they have a good track record and
Right.
sufficient
Yeah,
volume.
there have been any reports of issues, concerns.
Okay.
I think it's only fair for them.
Okay. I kind of feel like that's not,
But
it's
you
almost
get these 2
automatic for
available.
one.
Yeah,
So
like,
what if they were
they've
only
already
open
been
6 months? Would that have made a difference?
depends on what we established, what we determined for. What's
Just
appropriate.
trying to
what's
figure out where your
whatever.
brain's going. All
You
right,
know, for me, they've already been established, right? So why would we have to have them wait another 6 months, you know?
I mean, I'm more
You bring
looking
up
for more.
a good point, though. I don't know why the state didn't look at changing the law for the seasonal. It's a shame that we've got restaurants that are doing so well, like the Lobster, and all of a sudden they have to, just one example, not
Yeah.
partial to anyone, but that came to the top
No,
of
I
my
know,
mind.
Yeah.
first
And
thought.
then they
Always
have
is,
to-
it's like that, a lobster line. Those are the first 2 that would always come to mind, Billy.
Yeah, lobster land may be more by choice, although if they had the option, but we've taken that away. I mean, if
Well, absolutely not interested in that.
Yeah.
you'd keep people
No, he
working,
likes
it's probably
his- he
better to
likes his
keep people
lifestyle,
working
that's
and
why.
You know, Passport was one of them, you know,
Yeah.
so.
All right, so I'm gonna recommend that we kick this over, but we are making a decision at our next meeting. Oh, and you're not gonna be here. Oh, yeah, you are, because we're having it the 24th.
Right.
Okay,
this is more than enough.
Yeah.
yeah, look around, see
I
if you
can
can
help
find
with that.
anything. I can reach out to Suzie and Egan too, city solicitor, and see if there's any suggestions she wants to give us. So tentatively, we're agreeing to a $900 fee, but we'll capture that.
We already voted on that, right?
Yeah, we voted on that, but that would be the process next week. Okay,
I think the wording on that should be reflective, not so much a fee, just being made whole to what the
Yeah.
full
Illegal,
license is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When was the last time? Your fees were probably done, probably the last time the bulk of the cities was done, which is probably 2006.
but I also have a question on who sets our fees. I have a feeling the
That's-
city council sets our
I
fees too.
city set
We make a
council,
recommendation and then they
and then
approve
they
them.
approve it. It's gonna be one of those things where O&A and then to city council. It's gonna be one of those things again.
But I'm also not a fee happy person in the city of Gloucester and know that our businesses are struggling and not looking to make things difficult, just keep things fair and consistent. So therefore, I'm not.
Snowstorm.
And again,
Yeah.
you can do like I did. I raised mine, but I didn't raise them all. I tweaked. It was the
Yeah.
easiest way to put it because the cost of unfortunately doing business in the city, you know, for supplies and paper and things like that, time, it costs a little bit of money. So we tweaked a few things.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we can discuss next week if we want to pursue any type of conversion fees for any of these things too. We can talk about that.
I'd say that's very cool.
December.
And there's not much on the agenda.
All right,
Does
so
Emily
we,
have any questions of what we're discussing and where we?
I think Rob gave me a little background, so I'm mostly following, yeah.
do you have any questions?
No,
Any opinions?
Emma?
This isn't a public
Oh,
hearing,
okay.
so we can't take any public comment, I'm
I
sorry,
guess I mean, from a,
but she works for the city,
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
I guess the one thing that you haven't said that I've been thinking is like, I guess converting to all alcohol implies increased revenue for the city as well, right? Because it's like potentially more alcohol sales.
Yes,
Less
more
wine.
tax.
More
Right.
alcohol sales, more food sales, potentially, yeah. there's a-
Or
yeah,
like-
yeah.
Well, or less wine sales, because they're buying alcohol, right?
Right.
So, I mean, you have two very successful wine bars in Gloucester that don't want to convert,
Right.
right? So there's just as much profit with wine and beer. Could be, I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's the same, it depends what your consumer.
Yeah. I guess it would be like in considering whether you would put fees on any of this conversions, like that
Right.
might be something to consider.
Yeah,
like,
that's a,
just, does it balance out in the long run anyway, even if
Right.
you're not putting fees on them?
yeah. I mean, we have two licenses that are going unused right now, and if we can get them used, that's
Yeah.
a bonus right there, right? And more tax coming in to the community based on the sales and all that comes with
Yeah.
spending money in Gloucester. Okay. So we are gonna continue this conversation to March 24th. And make decisions on that date. Okay. One more item is to approve the January 13th, 2026 minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, the vote carried. Thank you, Natasha.
You're
Great
welcome.
minutes as always. Before we close, I just want to let the board know that we had requested from Oliver's Harbor a letter from them stating that they have permanently ceased operations, and we received that letter on January 28th. So that is a license that is out and able to be sold. She let us know in her letter that it is for sale. So we
We do
that
have her on the March agenda,
for,
a check-in on the sale,
Oh,
in
yeah.
case if
Yeah.
we don't get anything before then.
Yeah.
So I'll just keep that on there, and if I get anything, obviously I'll let you guys know and take her off. But she does know when she drops this off, we
Okay.
chatted, so she does know that if there is nothing, that she'll be requested to come back just to give an update,
okay,
see how things are going with it.
great.
Great.
Any other business to come before the board tonight? Any new business? Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the vote carries. Good night.